Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mental Odyssey. My name is Sarah, and today I am joined by a very special guest, my friend, my coworker, my fellow birthday queen, Care.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for being on the podcast today. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good. I'm so honored to be here.
Oh,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. I wish it was under like different reasons than us sharing like the birthday blues, but you know what? There's room for all of it. We're here for it anyway. So, like I said, we're both prone to the birthday blues.
Very
And
much.
we found that out because we're both Cancers. Hey.
Oh, I'm a Gemini.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're both June birthdays.
Yeah. We're very close. I'm pretty much a
Yes.
cusper.
Yes. And we decided to celebrate our birthdays together this year because fuck a birthday blues birthday.
Yes.
It's not going to happen. Not if we have anything to say about it.
The power of friendship, you know?
The power of friendship. We're not going to allow ourselves to go down that road.
Exactly.
So, do you care who goes first? Do you want to go first? You're the guest. You want to talk about your birthdays, how we got here, how we got to the birthday pressure?
I'm okay with whatever, honestly. How about you go first? You go
Okay.
first.
Okay, I'll go first. So, I have a few notable birthdays that are less than desirable. That just like sting in my mind, where it's like each birthday I'm like, okay, let's hope that it's not like that one, because that wasn't fun. We didn't like that. It started back, the earliest birthday blues birthday that I can remember
Okay.
was this like ballerina party that my mom had for me, which was like a little weird. Like it was a little, I wasn't a ballerina, and like
I was gonna say that doesn't. You're like, were you a dancer? You just like
I
never,
actually was
like
a dancer at the time.
just not
Not
ballet or okay.
I don't like, she invited a bunch of kids over. I don't remember like any of like who they were. Like they might have been friends from the ward or maybe from school, but maybe even like neighborhood kids. I don't remember. And it was also like some rando lady that was like came over to my house. We all dressed up as ballerinas, and she like read this little book that I got to keep that had like a little ballerina slipper necklace in it. I should like pull up the ballerina thing and like put a picture somewhere, because I'm sure that the book is somewhere online.
I
But
totally believe you. That the little necklace?
yeah, with like it had like little ballerina slippers on it. And it came
Oh.
in the book. Like it was a part of the book. Like
I wonder if your mom was like, you know what? Sarah's a dancer. She'll like that's the closest thing she could get to just generally dance.
it's just like ballerinas. I'm sure that her heart was in the right place.
Yeah.
So I had this like dress up chest that I got from like Christmas or something a couple years before. And my mom decided to dress up my younger boy cousin Thomas, as a ballerina and like send him out into the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was cracking up, having the time of their life, like laughing at Tombolina.
Not the Tombolina.
Tombolina. And like all of the attention was taken away from me, and like promptly put onto Tombolina in his little ballerina outfit. And I just like was so disheartened. I'm like, I don't even know who these people are. This isn't my birth. Like everyone's paying attention to him. Like I felt really what would the word be? Unimportant on my birthday, you know, just like the spotlight was taken away. The spotlight you get like one day a year.
No, I totally get that. Especially when you're like a small child too. Like all you know is that day is supposed to be about you. Like everyone says that. Like, oh my gosh, it's your birthday. It's your day.
It's your day.
And then like something horrible happens. And like we were saying earlier, like treat me like crap 364 days out of the year. But at least on my birthday,
one day.
Like literally just my birthday.
Yes.
Please.
It was
make
like
me feel important.
the one day out of the year that my brothers were not allowed to like beat me up. It's like you hold it together for this one day. Beat each other up, but leave me out of it. So high expectations for it. The next one that I can remember is we went on a family trip. It was with my mom, my brothers, my aunt, and my cousins. And we went to San Francisco, and my birthday landed on a Sunday that year. We were hanging out at a hotel. Like, we were staying at a hotel that had a pool. And I was like, oh my God, I really want to go swimming on my birthday. And because it was Sunday, and because we were Mormon, I could not go to the swimming pool. And I don't know if that was just like the excuse that my mom and my aunt gave to just like not have 6 children in the swimming pool. But like, it was like, you are not allowed because God said you can't swim on Sundays. And so, your face, you're like, this is real life.
I'm so sorry. I was raised Catholic, so I'm like, okay, the Sabbath, but I don't know what swimming had. Like, you just can't do anything.
Like, it's not like you can't use electricity type anything, but it's like you're not supposed to go out and spend money or make anybody else work. But like, there was no lifeguard on duty. Nobody's working.
Your mom is like, I am not doing any work today.
Literally, she's like, it's for me. It's not for anybody else. I am the work. It's unpaid already.
Oh no.
Yeah, but on the bright side, that birthday, my grandma's friend Charlotte lived really close by. And so we ended up going over to her house, and she made me like a cake and gave me this teddy bear that had like a little like flip-flop necklace. I don't know why I keep getting
a lot of shoe necklaces.
For my birthday, but like maybe that's the thing. Like, don't give me a shoe necklace for my birthday or it will be bad.
I feel like I don't know what I do want for my birthday, but for sure what I don't want is another freaking shoe necklace.
I don't know where any of them are at this point. Like,
I'd be very impressed if you kept something from years and years and years ago like that.
I was young. Like, yeah, this was like at least 10 years ago. It's been a while. So the next birthday that I can think of, this one was rough. It was in 2017. I remember the year because it was a influential year. I like broke up with my ex-fiance after like 2 years of therapy, like trying to break up with him. And so I was like lonely. Like there was just like a loneliness that I went into my birthday with that year. And it was like the first year that one of my best friends forgot to tell me happy birthday. And I was like, and my other friend, Taylor, I'm pretty sure that he was like busy that day. Mm-hmm. And I like tried texting my brother to see if he would like hang out with me. And I ended up just like driving over to his house. I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to spend the rest of my night just sulking. It was like 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. But I think it was on a weekend or something like that. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just go over. And I like show up on his doorstep and I was like, hey, I was just wondering if you wanted to like go to Smith's with me and get a cake. And he's like, for what? And I was like, it's my birthday. I was like so sad that birthday. And then after my brother's house, I went and met up with my ex and ended up staying with him for another 3 months.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Just the genuine gasp.
It had to happen, but like that was a pretty notable, let's not have another one of those birthday times.
What are they called? You're like, this is a canon event for sure.
Yes. Yeah. No more of those, hopefully. And then also last year, I like really just wanted somebody that I knew from home to be out here with me. And like Shaylee was busy with work and like didn't have a bunch of money. Ashley's in like Alabama. And so I was like, okay, I'll have Bailey come out. Like, let's vibe, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it did not go that way. I thought I'd have her like undivided attention for a while, and it did not play out that way. And I think that the biggest thing that got to me that time was like the expectation and the anticipation of being able to like show her around and like do all the fun things, like show her my new stomping grounds and just like vibe and like soak in her energy, you know, but like recharge from home and like I don't know. And it definitely was not
so
that
much already too.
Yeah, literally.
I feel like I just want to spend time with you. That's all I want.
Yes. And yeah. It did not pan out that way. So there's very much I mean, even not thinking of all of those situations, it's like there's a high expectation that I go into my birthday with. And
I know. I feel it.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about yours. Let's get into it.
I have my list. Okay.
Yes, let's pull it up.
Let's see. Okay, so one of the first birthdays that I really remember, there's a theme here with all of my not so great ones, by the way. So when I was 8, my biological father and his wife, they took me to Florida because I lived on the East Coast. Took me to Florida to go to Universal Studios and Disney World. And you hear that and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Like, be grateful you went on this trip. And it's like, that is so cool that I got to travel and experience these things, because there were good things that happened on the trip, but it was like, I was a small child. I was 8 and I had horrible separation anxiety from my mom. I was gone for like a week or a week and a half. And
the homesickness.
And it was weird because they like just got like a 1 bedroom. Like it was just like 1 bed. And we all just shared like 1 bed. And so we would get up at like 3:00 in the morning, like super, super early. Like, why would you get up that early on vacation? Like, and I'm an early riser on vacation.
That's
but
a chore.
That's my every day is 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let me sleep in by 2 hours at least.
And we would get to the parks like so early. And I think it's at Universal that they have this one, but the first ride that would be open is Revenge of the Mummy. And I don't know why, but as a kid, mummies just scared the crap out of me. And they would make me go on this ride over and over and over again. You could, like, they bought one of the pictures from the roller coaster, and I'm literally, like, in terror.
Oh, no.
Like, it's funny now, but it was very much, like,
get me out
like,
of
was
here.
absolutely terrified. And then they would keep me out like all hours of the night. So it was like a week and a half. I'm getting no sleep. I'm a child. Like, I'm still getting naps by that point. And I'm just like, just fried. And I was calling my mom every single night, just crying. I'm like, please come get me and take me home. Like, I need you to come from South Carolina to Florida.
Come drive and pick me up.
Get me, because I can't take this anymore. She's like, what the hell's going on? You're at Disney World right now. Why are you
it's
so
the happiest
sad?
place on earth.
And it just was a lot. It was a lot. And they would like sometimes just leave me because they wanted to go on roller coasters that I couldn't get on. And so they would just straight up be like, okay, just like stay here.
That's so scary. A little 8-year-old alone in Disney World.
I know.
The bigger of the two parks.
Have you ever seen Disney World lines before?
Oh my God. Like, they write phone numbers on kids' arms while on like a kid leash. Okay. Like,
it's just very much like, why does it
what
feel
if
like
I
a
get
fever
lost?
dream?
What if I get taken? That's so scary.
I was scared of mummies for a long time.
Oh no.
It's funny now, but it's so that's my first one. I didn't put these in chronological orders. That's why I'm just scrolling through.
Okay.
Let's see. My 10th birthday I had at a local water park. My biological father and his wife like crashed the party. They weren't invited. I don't know like how they knew about it at all. I don't think my mom told them about it.
What the fuck?
And they just showed up. And I don't know, it was really weird, and he was making comments about like me in my bathing suit and like my friends in their bathing suits, and
Ew.
yeah, it was, yeah.
You're like, I didn't come here to be creeped out. Like, this is my birthday.
I know. So that's just like a little short one, but I was thinking, I'm like, wow, I haven't thought about that one in
You're
years.
like, let's go down this rabbit hole.
Whoa.
Fuck.
Let's see. For my 14th birthday, we just found out that we were moving out here. And we hadn't told anyone yet, and my mom had just started dating my stepdad, my adoptive dad. And so, we were still in that like awkward phase of, I don't think I like you yet, but I'm gonna be nice to you, and I'm so sorry. My biological father,
Oh my God.
and his wife come to my house, and I was a very artsy kid, so exactly what big art kit, it's always the go-to. It's like, you like drawing, we're gonna give you this art kit with oil pastels that don't work and markers that are drier than the Sahara Desert.
You get one use out of them, and you better make it last.
But I don't know, it wasn't even about the gift. It was just
insult to injury.
It just was insult to injury, just because who he is. And that was the day that I knew that like I just didn't want to talk to him ever again. Like, quite literally the next day, he was like, how did you like your birthday gift? And I was like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I can't really use any of it. It's pretty all unusable. I can't. So, I mean, thanks, I guess. And then he called me ungrateful.
Oh my God.
He called me ungrateful, and I don't know, just bottled up trauma. And I like, my mom talks about it because she witnessed it, but I guess I like went off on him on the phone, and he said something about how he was so disappointed in me for being a girl.
What?
Yeah, he was very like, he taught me to play football when I was a kid and had me do like more like, masculine type of things because he always wanted a son, and he was upset about that. And so I can spiral a football really well, but
you're like, I got that on lock.
I got that. But he like blamed me for being a girl, like literally was like, I don't know, something about carrying on our last name. And I went off on him, and I was like, I never want to see you again. You're a horrible person. I don't even want to
keep your last name, homie.
I was like, I'm changing my name. We're moving. Don't ever talk to me again. You'll never see me. And I don't know. I guess he said something to the effect of, like, you're never going to get child support from me again. And I was like, oh, the whole $57.23 that you send every other month.
You're like, yeah, mom tells me all about your great contribution.
She let me open it every month. She was like,
oh my God,
this is just, you should know.
Here's your insult money. Here's your sorry you weren't a guy money.
I could go on and on. Just, yeah. So
calling you ungrateful for him not knowing what kind of a gift to get you. Like, you didn't know me well enough to give me anything other than this dried up fucking paint set. I don't even paint. What are you talking about?
I did. But it was very much like, I was like, at least buy me some acrylics, like something I can use.
Right.
You know, it was like the watercolors were so bad that like you got no pigment out of it. So I was like, I at least want to be able to use the gift that you get me. Even if it's not something that I necessarily want, I'm still going to try to get use out of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because I'm sure that there's that part of you that's like, I don't want to be ungrateful. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm being ungrateful. Like, I want to make you feel happy about the gift that you gave me. Exactly. Like, I want to have the appropriate reaction to it, but
it's like I'm really trying here. We're grasping at straws.
Literally.
Let's see. Okay, I have one more for not good birthdays. This one might be a little bit of a doozy, I'm not gonna lie, but okay, it was my 18th birthday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Father's Day too, and you know, it's supposed to be a milestone birthday, 18, very big. But you know, my mom was so worried about making it a special day for my stepdad. And like, we just got on good terms with each other and being cool. And I mean, I love my dad to death. Like, he adopted me the second that he could, but it kind of hurt that it's like, yay, I'm officially an adult. And my mom's like, what does dad want to do today? What does dad want for dinner? Let's make Father's Day breakfast for dad. Let's go do something as a family. And it was just kind of like oh yeah, happy birthday, you know?
Interesting.
And I got a Facebook notification from my stepmom, and she was basically like, she didn't know how old I was, first of all, but she was like, hey, your father's really sorry about everything that he's done to you, which we won't get all into that, but it's okay. I put in the work. I went to therapy. It's fine. But anyway, she was
her apologizing doesn't quite cover it.
Well, wait for it. She's like, he's really sorry for what he did, and he's a born again Christian, and you know, you really need to forgive him because it's Father's Day and he deserves to hear from you. He loves you so much. I know. God, my mom was so mad. She literally she found her on Facebook and she was like, if you ever contact us again, I will report you to the police. We had a restraining order against them. Damn. So they were going against their restraining order to begin with. Damn. And so yeah.
To say some bullshit like that too.
I know.
God damn it. Sounds like the common denominator is like, do not talk to that guy. Like, don't talk to him or his wife, and it'll probably be a better birthday.
They're just a couple of boobs.
Yeah.
You know, like
just a rack of tits.
Like, he's just one of those people that if you met him, you'd be like, that was something.
You're like notable for not all the right reasons. Fuck.
Yeah.
What a guy. I mean, it's no wonder why we're hesitant about our birthdays. See, and like I feel like from an outside perspective, maybe it's like, okay, and like it's just another day. but I don't know if your family was like this, but like my Nana, she grew up with like a very close birthday to her brother, right? And she never got celebrated for her birthday. Her brother would always get celebrated. And so like growing up, she made a very big deal about birthdays, about you will be celebrated on the day by everybody who loves you. You will feel important, and like set this like super high bar for birthdays. And so it's like the first thing to go wrong, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not special today.
That's really sweet of your grandma, though, to be like, this is something we're doing. Everyone get on board.
Literally, she's like, I will not accept anything other than that.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that. My brother's birthday is late July, and so sometimes we would do like a joint thing. I mean, sometimes it would be fun. I have a good one for one of the good birthdays, but it would usually be like mine get glossed over, and then my mom was like, well, you know, you celebrate your birthday with your biological father and then your grandparents on his side, and you know, so you're getting 3 birthdays.
So you can like, sacrifice one?
So you can sacrifice one. Your brother only has one family. So
what?
So he needs the full undivided attention on his birthday, which I mean, I don't want to take away from his birthday. He's a good kid.
But also,
I adore him.
Who's putting that restriction in there? Who's saying that there's only room to celebrate one person's birthday?
She didn't know till I was older. I was like, yeah, I was not getting celebrated at all.
Oh my God.
I was like, they didn't celebrate me either. And she was like, oh my God, I thought like for all the holidays, like Christmas and everything, that you were just getting like triple or quadruple of everything. I was like,
no. When you don't communicate with the other side, you're missing a couple of pieces.
Yeah, it's like they thought that you were going all out, so they put in nothing.
Oh no, they're both just like
feeling like
we'll leave it to the other one.
Did you ever watch Harry Potter?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Feeling like that birthday cake in the first
Harry
Potter movie.
Oh my God, literally. Fucking Dudley. There's only 25 presents. I had 26 last year. We'll go get you another one. Ew. Such a problem. Let's talk to Harry Potter about his fucking birthday blues. His shit's hella earned too.
Can I just not live in a closet anymore?
Would it be okay if I could just like be let out of my room today? Would that be okay? So while I was making my list, I realized, like I said earlier, that it really comes from like a deeply embedded expectation that I have of like how I'm going to be treated on my birthday. Like my brothers aren't going to fuck with me today. Like somebody's going to make me feel special, like go out of their way to like cook me breakfast or like, you know, just like pick up one of my responsibilities for me that day so that I don't have to, you know. And I feel like that's like a pretty reasonable expectation to have. Like while I was getting ready for this podcast, I was Googling like birthday trauma is how I started out. And then it came up with this article on BetterHelp that's like coping with birthday depression, the reality of the birthday blues. And I was like, okay, let's see what they have to say. It says, in some cases, birthday depression is swept under the rug or considered an invalid emotional experience by peers and family members. This invalidation might occur for many reasons, including the social expectation that a birthday is a pleasant event, regardless of one's own feelings. However, your feelings are valid and experienced by many people, and you're not alone, which is kind of fun to read. Like, it makes me sad that a lot of people are feeling this way on their birthday, but also knowing that they have a coined term about, like, how we feel about our birthdays. It's like, okay. To me, like, having a diagnosis for something or, like, a, you know, like, okay, this is what people have gone through and, like, this is how we change it type thing helps. It helps. I'm not the only one.
I love how we found out at work is me going, You know when you're like excited about your birthday, but like you're also really, really sad and you just can't explain why, and you turn around, you're like, that's me.
I'm like, I cannot relate more to what you're saying right now. I know.
My poor husband just showering me with gifts, and he's like, do you like this one? I'm like,
did I do good?
I love it so much. Thanks, baby. And then he's like, so how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. But I'm like really sad for some reason. I don't know
still
why.
Sad.
It's like I have a smile on my face, but I'm like really sad and I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And I feel like you know why now. Like, you know why. Like there's a lot of like built up expectation, a lot of letdown that happens over the years. I feel
like, I don't know. Tell me if this is applicable for you, but I feel like I'm the type of person that I just get overlooked a lot. You know, like even at work, it's like everyone's really cliquey, and like I'm so fortunate that you and I have become friends, but it's like I've tried building friendships with other people, and like it doesn't pan out, and then you have to see them, and I mean, like, sure, that's on me, but it's like I just feel like I'm that person that's always on the outs. So it's like that one day that's supposed to be about me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. No, there's that expectation of like, people are going to care today. Like, I am not going to be the one carrying the whole team on like bringing something to the relationship for one day.
I'm going to be real with you, working on my birthday, which it was fine, but it was also like, I was still on my 10-day stretch, and I feel like I'm expected to bring the energy for everyone.
Yes.
And everyone was just kind of like over it that day, and they're like, oh my gosh, why did you work on your birthday? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know.
I'm asking myself the same fucking question.
Because you guys have not made it easy
Oh
today.
my God.
It's like, can you just do what I asked you to do the first time?
Literally, just this one day. Just for one day, so I can have a pleasant birthday.
I know. Me, birthday trash run.
Literally. Oh my God. Little trip to the dumpster. Love it. Oh, the birthday trauma, man. I know. Well, I was thinking to not leave it on like, well, birthdays fucking suck. That's the end of it. We could go over like good birthdays that we've had.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll start off. My 16th birthday was a fucking banger. Like, it was awesome. My mom brought me to Park City, which you probably don't know what that is, but it's like in Utah, up in the mountains. There's like ski resorts and stuff like that. And during the off season, they have an alpine slide up there.
Oh my God, I love alpine
I know. And so we went up there. We stayed like right next to the resort, or right next to the ski resort where they had the alpine slide. And they had like 7 hot tubs outside, like this big heated pool. Like, it was a whole vibe. And my best friend Shaylee was there. It was amazing. And then my 21st birthday was also a banger. Like, the day of was pretty fun. Like, I went to breakfast with my mom, but there was a bar under, like, downstairs. And so we like went and got a drink while we were waiting the like 25-minute wait time to get into the restaurant.
That's so fun.
It was really fun. We got like a video of me like getting my first scan on my ID, and I was like, woo, I can drink alcohol legally now, even though I've been doing it illegally for a while.
You're like, my first drink, wink, wink.
Literally, they're like, how do you know what to order already? I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Google's free.
Literally, I just planned ahead. That's all. But like, me and Shaylee planned this birthday trip. I guess it was kind of my mom. She like planned this whole trip. She's like, we got to celebrate you. It's your 21st. We got to like go all out. And so we took a trip down to Vegas and to California to like go on the beach and all that fun stuff. And it was like a whole party. Like, Jason drove the whole time.
You're telling me you got to teleport for your birthday?
That's what I'm saying. Like, literally, I was like, I just woke up and we were here. It was amazing.
I love that for you.
That's what your 21st birthday is supposed to be about. That's what it's for. And then my birthday after that, also with Shaylee. It's like a sign. I just like need her to be here for my birthday. But she threw me a super soft birthday party, and I don't know if you've seen Letterkenny or not, but on Letterkenny every year they throw Daryl a super soft birthday party with like a unicorn and like cupcakes and all of the frilly shit, like a tutu and whatnot.
I thought you meant like a soft launch for a second. I'm like, you're soft launching your birthday. I'm like, that doesn't sound like you.
You're like, that doesn't. We go big or we go home. Okay. Like, those are the only two.
That totally makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. And so her brother like got me this cake that said like happy softest birthday ever. And I was like, yes, bitch, I'm living my best life. Like, I had a bunch of people over. Bailey was over that birthday. Like, it was such a good birthday. And then like the last 3 years have been pretty good. Last year was rough, but like the last 3 years, like Tom's mom has gone out of her way to like celebrate me. Not always on my birthday, but around my birthday. That's every year. Sweet. Yeah. And like we were only together for like officially for a month the first time around. And she like got me a gift card and a cake and like celebrated me and sang. And that was just like adorable. It just makes my heart real warm. I know. I'm like, as long as I'm going over to her house sometime around my birthday, it's going to be good. She's a sweetheart. And then this year was really fun, going out and partying. The pre-planning was awesome. The execution, like coming and playing games beforehand, like it was all just like,
I loved
very much enjoyed it.
Getting ready together.
That was really fun.
That was really fun, like doing our makeup together and everything. That was great.
Honestly, it's like a little touch of like my home, because like me and Shaylee are very much like, okay, let's like get ready together, let's like do the whole thing. And so it's like I got to do that this year thanks to you.
Well, thanks for doing that with me. I've never gotten to do that for my birthday before.
Really?
So that really I was so nervous you were going to be like, I think I'll just get ready at my place. I mean, I would have respected it, but I was so,
You're like,
so
I just
happy.
want this moment.
I know.
I want the memories.
I want the like stereotypical, like, let's get ready for the club.
Literally. You have to. Well, I'm glad to be the first. Hey.
This last birthday was so fun. I'll make sure to remember that next year we do a Friday.
Yeah. And I'll make sure to get the next day off. That's so important.
I know.
I would have stayed out a lot later, but I'm like, oh my God, every 10 minutes that's like ticking by is just that much shittier of an attitude I'm going to work with tomorrow. Sorry. You know, I asked for it to be a later shift and
6 a.m.
And you know what? 6 a.m. is not 4, so I'll take it. Like,
I know. I was thinking, I'm like, if she would have had it open, she would have left like literally before we went.
Yeah, I would have left from your house to my house.
You're like, thanks for putting on makeup with me.
I'm gonna take it off. Literally, we wouldn't have made it out at all.
Oh my gosh,
that was fun. Tell me about yours. Tell me about your times.
I think. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. It's late. It's almost your bedtime. It's past your bedtime.
Yeah, it is. But it's okay. I think my funnest birthday was my 25th a couple of years ago. Connor and I left for Seaside, Oregon the day after my birthday. And he booked this whole trip. It was amazing. He like handled all the planning. He like got everything prepaid. He was like, I don't want you to worry about anything. You know, just enjoy your birthday. He's like, I'm bringing your birthday gift. So just like, I really want it to be a surprise. Please don't look in this one bag. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, I respect that. I'm not going to go fishing through your stuff. You put up a boundary, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he just seems like really nervous the whole time. And I was like, I wonder why he's like so nervous. But everyone was like, you should get your nails done just in case. Just get your nails done. I don't know why, but we have a feeling. So I like bought some little custom press-on nails from Etsy, and I was so excited. And my mom was like, what are you going to do if he doesn't propose? And I was like, what do you mean?
What?
And she's like, I mean, you're not getting any younger. Like,
oh my God.
I'm turning 25. I was like, our relationship already moved so fast because we moved in together during COVID because we had to quarantine. So it was like
the accelerator.
Yeah, it's like the make it or break it.
Literally.
So I was like, maybe he'll propose, maybe he won't. But got my nails done, and it was officially 2 days after my birthday, and he's like, hey, do you remember where we said I love you for the first time? I was like, oh yeah, it's that little motel right there. And he was like, yeah, let's go take a look really quick. And he was like, let's go walk on the beach, okay? And I was like, okay, that sounds fun. And so he grabs his backpack, and he brought his tripod and everything. And he was like, I got a really, really special gift for you. I'm going to get it out, but I need you to turn around while I set up the camera and everything. I'm like, okay, sick. And for a split second, I'm like, I wonder if he's going to propose. And I was like, nah, it's not going to happen.
Not like that.
Whatever, it's fine. I'm just excited I'm getting something. And then he was like, okay, you can turn around. And he was on one knee.
Oh, Connor.
He proposed. And I was so excited. I forgot I had a hat on. And I bonked him in the face with the brim of my hat. Oh, no. It's in the video that he took, and like you can't hear anything because it was so windy, but it was just absolutely perfect. It was so fun, and I had my nails done, and so like all the rest of the day, like we were going up and down the little street in the town. Mm-hmm. We went to the bakery and we got lunch, and they were like, what can we get for you guys? And I was like holding my hand. I'm like, we just got engaged.
You're like, look at it.
Happy birthday to me.
Right.
And he just kept asking, like, do you like it? Is the ring okay? I was like, this is literally you got the exact ring I wanted. Yeah. He was like, I was so nervous you were going to say no. I was afraid you were going to. He's like, I was afraid you weren't going to like the ring. I'm like, it's exactly what
you're like, it's like word for word exactly what I imagined.
I definitely took advantage of the whole like saying keywords near the cell phone thing, because
you're like talking into his phone.
I'm not even kidding. I'd be like, engagement ring, wedding. I'm not even kidding. And then he'd be like scrolling through his phone. And he'd be like, I'm sorry, I just keep getting ads.
You're like, weird. I wonder how that happened.
Like, that's so weird.
Back behind, you're like, whoa.
I was like, I definitely didn't manifest it or anything.
When manifesting is actually just using your algorithm to your benefit. That's all.
Facebook's going to be listening.
It's gonna be.
Don't go after me, Facebook. I'm sorry.
Always listening. You know what? It's factual. They've seen that it's true. So
yeah, they proved it in court, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. If not, that was a big allegation we just made, and we're getting canceled. Either way, we're sticking to it. Literally. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I think that's my funnest one. My 16th was pretty crazy. I wasn't used to partying. I didn't get invited to things. So it was like a little party in my garage, and I was more than happy, you know?
Yeah.
And it was in the 2010s. So my mom got me this ugly ass purse cake. I loved it so much. Like, when I saw it, I was like, I almost cried. I loved it so much. It was like, I think it was like neon green and pink, and it had zebra print
cute.
on
it.
it.
Oh, yes.
I know.
Of course, the zebra print. When you said 2010, zebra print, the zebra print dress that has like the pink ribbon in the middle, you know what I'm talking about?
For some reason, it has like an empire waist on it.
Yeah.
It's like very ill-fitting, but everyone had one at one point.
Everyone did. They had to go through it.
The cake was mostly fondant, literally no cake at all. Like I got my slice, literally no cake. It was all fondant.
Fondant isn't even good. That shit sucks.
It's not. But you know what?
It was pretty.
It was really ugly pretty.
It photographed well.
It did.
It didn't age well, but it photographed well in the moment. The zebra print did not age well. It'll make a comeback, I was
like, this is the most iconic cake ever. I'm going to love it forever. Me looking at it as a 27-year-old woman, I'm like, that is an ugly ass cake.
But like, I still love it. I cried over that.
I really did. Oh my gosh. Okay. The joint birthday thing. I can't remember how old I was, but my brother and I did martial arts when we were kids, and we're both black belts.
Ooh.
And one year we did a joint birthday party at what they called the dojon.
Okay.
Or dojo. So, Kung Fu Panda had just came out.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, girl.
Everyone was doing karate, whether they knew it or not.
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. We played the soundtrack to the Kung Fu Panda movie.
Oh, my God.
And my mom got all of these decorations. It was so cool.
That's adorable.
And she got us a brownie cake. It was so good. It had walnuts in it. And I don't know why that was like such a amazing like detail for me, but I just love
it to another level.
I love the crunch factor it had, you know.
Yes.
And it refrigerated perfectly because she got a giant one. Like it was huge, Sarah.
With leftovers.
Leftovers. I know. And you know when like brownies get kind of old and they get like the little crust on the outside, but it had icing, so it was like. It was just perfect. I loved everything about it. My brother and I surprisingly got so many gifts because there were so many kids at the dojon. They were like,
oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. It was literally like we finished class and immediately like went into the party there.
That's smart.
And it was so fun. And it was great because like Saturdays were our long days too, where we did like 4-hour classes. So it was like, no one had to worry about a bunch of kids running around all crazy, you know?
Yeah,
like we were already tuckered out.
Yeah. You're in the right place if you wanted to.
Exactly. And so it was so fun. So fun. That's
awesome.
I know.
That sounds like a badass birthday.
It was really great. Like out of childhood birthday parties, that was the peak party. Like I don't think anything could have topped that.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I want to go to one of those birthday parties.
If I can find any pictures, I'll have to send it to you. Oh my God,
please do.
We used to do this game where we'd like jump over kick mats. And so we would like all line up, and the highest I could do, I think, was like 6. But my brother was just this like wiry, like spider kid. I don't know. And he could jump so high. And so there's pictures of us like trying to jump over these mats and like falling on our butts really hard. And it was so fun. I really loved it. That's adorable.
I would love to see a picture of that. Little throwback.
Yes.
I wonder if seeing like old pictures of our birthdays would like bring back more memories. Like this is just what I can recall from like ideas, you know, like I didn't look at pictures for any of this.
Right? Pictures have such a different impact.
They do. It like brings you back to that like exact moment. You're like, oh my God, I totally forgot that even happened. And now here we are.
I know. Going through all of my like childhood art before I moved out here from South Carolina. And it was so funny because I had this like random painting of like a blonde girl, and I am all caps said Chloe. And I turned to my mom like, who the F is Chloe?
You're like, who is this?
My mom's like, I don't know, a ghost maybe. I don't know.
Oh, no. I'm going to go with the friend from school because scary. You're just living Sixth Sense all through your younger years. Doesn't remember it. Is that true?
Wait, did I tell you about the haunted house I lived in as a kid?
No.
That's a story for another time.
Oh my God. I'm really intrigued.
I could tell you so many stories about haunted stuff. Like, a lot of people don't believe it, but I'm like, I swear I experienced this.
I hella believe in that shit.
It's like, I just want to let you know, I got tested for schizophrenia 3 times as a child, and it
not
never
real.
like I don't have
ghost.
it. It was the ghost.
We were thorough.
It was very much like, you know, when you see kids drawing like scary stuff and they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? It was like that.
Okay.
My mom's like, what's this green figure?
Oh no. Who is this? That's the guy that stands in the corner. She's like, okay.
I'm like, that's the guy that shakes the bed in the middle of the night.
Oh,
she's like,
okay, we're moving. Goodbye.
no, we literally, okay. I'm sure you'll cut this out, but so in South Carolina, we lived in this place that was called White Church Place. That was the neighborhood name. And that's formerly where they had like this big giant cemetery. And they like to build the neighborhood, they like took all of the bodies out and moved them across the street.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Thinking that it just like won't matter that much. They're like,
Yeah.
well, we kept them close.
Yeah. Well, it was the bodies of, I'm pretty sure, like, people of color that unfortunately were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like
they were like, we
slavery
don't care what
situation.
happens to these.
Yeah.
They're just moving them. They don't care.
Yeah.
That's
basically.
fucked.
They were like, well, no one's here fighting for anything. So,
Damn.
yeah. Or at least that's what I was told on the matter. But
yeah.
I for sure know that it was a cemetery.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I know.
Growing up in a place like that would be something else.
It was literally like my next door neighbor. Her name was Vicky. Shout out, Vicky. You're a real one.
Shout out, Vicky.
And she literally like gave me a protection necklace because she was like,
I can feel the spirits following you around.
no, she literally was like, you have a weird gift and I just can't explain it.
Oh
like,
my
imagine
God.
hearing that as a kid.
Oh my God.
I wore that every day until I moved out here.
I need to know what this means. Please elaborate.
Yeah.
That's intense.
We
man.
literally had like priests come out to our house and like bless the house. And
Oh my
turns
God.
out like, this is going to sound really crazy, but Vicky said, cause I still used to talk to her, that the ghosts were originally there, but they like attached themselves to me.
Oh my
somehow.
God.
And my mom, it like scared the hell out of her when I was a kid. Cause like I would just talk to myself and play with my Barbies when I was little. And she thought that I was just talking to myself, and she would just listen sometimes. And she's like, this sounds like a two-way conversation. Like maybe she has an imaginary friend. And then I'd be like, oh, like the big man in the overalls.
Ew.
I was like, he says that he reminds me of his daughter. I know.
It's so creepy. Okay, we need to make a podcast about this. This is going to be episode 2. You and your fucking ghost stories. I need to hear them.
Be down. I know Connor was like, I didn't believe in ghosts, but
now I have no choice.
I know. It's like I could go on and on and on. There's so many things. Like you'd have to stop me. Like there's just so much.
I am living for it. I would love to do that. Like I'm not joking.
I love how
Stay tuned.
I love how this started with birthdays, and I'm like, and it was haunted.
And then Tim decided to show up in his overalls. and tell me I reminded him of
I know, my poor mom.
She's like, okay, you sure it's not schizophrenia? Is what she says 3 whole times.
I know. Me. How did I get a concussion in my sleep? What's happening?
Oh no. I hope that's built enough suspense for you guys to come back and listen to this next episode, because I am on the edge of my seat about it, and you fucking better be too. I'm ready for that.
I'm so ready to talk about it. I can't wait till you have me here again.
Yes. Well, I guess this is a good enough place to wrap up. Oh my God, it's a half hour after your bedtime.
It's okay.
Well, the only last thing that I just wanted to say is that now that we are adults, right, and we have boundaries that we've put into place,
yes,
I think from an optimistic perspective, our birthdays they can only go up from here.
I completely agree.
Like, we aren't letting your dad and stuff out to any more birthday parties.
Absolutely not.
I am not calling any more exes on my lonely birthdays because we married, bitch.
Yes.
Like, now being in control of the outcome of my birthdays and being able to be like, hey, I have needs. I have the birthday blues. I'm prone to the birthday blues. My husband knows, like, my family knows. They can, like, be proactive, and I can be proactive about, like, you know, I'm gonna make it a good day. I'm gonna not let it get to me.
I just want to let you know, the only reason I didn't ask you if you wanted more ice cream cake is because we were drunk and we put it in the fridge on accident instead of the freezer.
No.
And the next morning I was so hungover. I was like, I really want a piece of ice cream cake. And I cut into it and it literally, like, it went everywhere. Like, I was scooping it off of my counter with my hands. Connor, it was a whole thing. I had ice cream cake all the way up to my elbows. It was like a Lucille Ball scene.
No.
It was, like, so comically messy, and I just want to let you know that's why I wasn't like, do you want more ice cream cake? Because I was gonna ask you.
I ain't even mad about it, and honestly, that's, like, a very honest mistake because it is cake. Like, cake goes in the fridge. Ice cream cake, however,
she goes in the freezer.
She goes in the freezer, and we'll remember next year.
I was like, this is probably a funny thing for the podcast, but I just needed to admit it.
I'm glad it was not my mistake to clean up, because I would definitely do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, I wonder if I should just buy another ice cream cake, because I know Sarah had to work today, and Connor was like, Caroline.
He's like, stop it. Knock it off. Everything's fine.
I was like, I'll just wait until she asks.
Aw, that's so sweet. You're so thoughtful.
Care from care.
Care, the caring care. That's who we got on the podcast today.
This was so fun.
It was. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being vulnerable and talking about your past experiences. And I cannot wait to hear about all your ghost stories. So stay tuned, everybody, because we'll be back. We'll be back.
Dun.
I wish I had that button. I'm going to get it for next time.
Yes.
Do. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Sarah.
Of course. Till next time. Mental Odyssey is a Dream and Do podcast, produced and edited by yours truly. The music is owned by Chill Hop, and this song is Velocities by Sleepy Fish. Go check them out. Thanks for being here.